Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here once again looking ahead to today's games for February the 1st. Crazy, it's already February. Anyway, we have a pretty nice slate here today. Anyway, if you guys do go on to like the video, as normal, leave a like. I do appreciate it. And also hit the sub button as well. About 34% of you guys are not subscribed, so if you guys could help me out, hit that sub button. Would definitely appreciate that quite a bit. Last night was not too bad for us. Had a couple of bad days, but not too bad last night. Scored a 349.3. Top 1% lineup, as you see. Someone put in $90. That's it, $90, and won $925. Pretty crazy. Not too bad right there at all. So definitely, made some pretty good money. Another one here, put in $50, won 412. I think that was me. Another one here, maxed out the 25-cent one and won $225 off putting in 25 cents at 150 each. So, yeah, not too bad. As normal, if you guys want to come join us, all you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter. That will be down there in the comment section below. Hit that link, and it will take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow while you guys are there, and also message us once you are there. So I'm going to update this every single day. A lot of you guys have been asking how we've been doing. And so if you go to my profile, we're going to put it in the description right here. So record last 19 days is 12-7. That is including cash games. So like I said, if I went over 70% of my head-to-heads or 50-50s and stuff like that, well, that counts as a win for us. So like I said, it's very important. Play tournaments. That's what wins the money. But like I said, 70% cash, 30% tournaments, because there are definitely some days that we have some bad ones, and cash does save you. So definitely keep that in mind. So like I said, if you guys ever want to know how we've been doing, it's right here. So like I said, had a couple bad days. We were 11-5. Lost a couple in a row, then got back at it last night. So overall, 12-7. Still, like I said, over 500. So we'll definitely take it. So yeah, definitely message us to get in. So yeah, let's get into it. Lock is at 7:30. So 30 minutes later than normal. Kind of crazy, right? We have all these games, and it's 30 minutes later. All right, first game to start us off is the Lakers and Atlanta. We have a 218 in LA by 6. So to be honest with you, I really don't have anyone in this game. As normal, if LeBron or KD sits, like I said, you got to look at Kuzma, maybe a little bit of Dennis Schroeder. But, definitely Kuzma, I feel like this could be a pretty good spot for him. But like I said, if one of those guys are out, I mean, I honestly would play the other, right? So if AD's out, I don't mind playing LeBron in a couple of GPPs. I do like Kyle Kuzma, like I said, if one of those guys are out. But overall, I don't have a ton of exposure to this game. Looks like Trae Young's probable as well. So, yeah, it's a 218. Lakers pretty good defense. They could be blowing them out. So, yeah, I don't have too much in that one. Charlotte and Miami, we have a 218 in Miami by 4. So the big thing, and we should get news for it, is Terry Rozier is questionable. Obviously, if he's out, LaMelo Ball is going to be chalk city of the day because he obviously started for him last in the second half, and he absolutely went bonkers. So definitely got to be looking at LaMelo. Let's go look at the Charlotte defense for DVP. And their defense really is not too bad on paper if you go look at it. Really good against point guards and centers. That's mostly because of LaMelo right there. They do struggle against power forwards and small forwards. So Jimmy Butler is like a shooting guard small forward. So maybe in a couple one-offs, he is pretty dang expensive, but you could look at him. I do like Bam Adebayo. So this is out of 150, this grade. So obviously 150 is the worst you can get. So Charlotte's literally 148 out of 150. It's basically this number here is combining all these right here into one. So Charlotte's really bad against power forwards. So I wouldn't even mind Bam in a couple. He's not too cheap. He's 9,100. So if you're doing a GPP, I'd probably put Bam in there because he could get you 45 to 50. But like I said, he is 9,100. So you're going to need a massive game from him. But I don't mind it. Like I said, they're giving up a lot of points, and their field goal percentage as well is pretty high to power forwards. Let's go look at Miami. They struggle against centers, power forwards, and shooting guards. Like I said, most of this is without Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy's coming back, a little bit better defense. They still gave up quite a bit of points, I think, to Sacramento last time out. Let me go look. I think it was Sacramento. But, all right, let's go look. Make sure that was Sacramento they played. All right, it was Sacramento. So they still gave up quite a bit of points to them. Like I said, I don't think a lot of these Charlotte guys are going to be high on besides LaMelo. So Cody Zeller, he could be, he's been starting. You could put him in there in a couple. They've been giving up quite a bit of rebounds. Power forwards, you could look at PJ Washington in a GPP. Um, if Terry's out, I really don't mind GPP only Miles Bridges. He's pretty dang cheap, and kind of play that shooting guard, small forward, more small forward. Let me get him up here. And like I said, Miles Bridges really hasn't been playing too bad recently either. So if you need someone at 4,200 playing okay minutes, it could be worth a look in a GPP. So I do have a couple in that game. Like I said, watch that. Terry news for sure. Minnesota and Cleveland. These guys are playing a back to back here. And right, back to back. Yeah, playing a back to back. I don't have too many guys in this one. Maybe Anthony Edwards, I guess, in a GPP. Besides that, I don't really have anyone. I guess if Towns and Naz are out again, maybe Vanderbilt, but overall, don't really have anyone in that game there. And like I said, Sexton is not playing as good with Garland starting. He's just not doing as good. New York and Chicago, we have a 218. I haven't showed DVPs in a while, so let's go get you caught up. Look, see how Chicago is against DVP. And they're not that good. Point guard, shooting guard, and power forward is kind of where they suck at. So, one guy that sticks out to me, and I really don't think a lot of people are going to have him, hopefully, is Emmanuel Quickly. So this guy's been getting a lot more minutes recently, taking Peyton and Alec Burks' minutes coming off the bench, playing about 24 to 25 minutes. As you see those last two games, he's been taken off. So Quickly at 5,200 against a Chicago team that struggles against shooting guards. I mean, I don't mind it. He also brings the ball up as well, and they also struggle against point guards as well. So Quickly, honestly, is in a really good spot. I would put him in there in a couple of GPPs. They also struggle against power forwards, so if you have the money for it, I don't mind Randall and a couple one-offs. New York, I think they're pretty good defense. Yeah, overall, they're pretty dang good, so I don't really have anyone from that Chicago side. But Randall and Quickly in that one. Portland, Milwaukee, 233, and Milwaukee by 10. Let's go look at, Milwaukee's defense. Overall, they're pretty good. They do struggle against small forward, but not really into any of those small forwards there. Portland, on the other hand, they struggle quite a bit everywhere. So, like a Holiday, Middleton, and a Giannis, I don't mind, a couple of those guys at all. And I think Portland should try to keep this one relatively close. Milwaukee, honestly, the last couple games really hasn't been that great. They lost to Charlotte and New Orleans, so I definitely do think, Portland could keep up with them. So I don't mind going Lillard, Giannis, and like a Middleton stack if you can afford that. Sacramento and New Orleans, 233 in New Orleans by 3. So as I've been preaching the last week or so, New Orleans has been giving up a ton of points. They have been playing better on their offense as well, so I do like that. New Orleans defense struggle against shooting guards and small forwards. So you look at Halberton. Harrison Barnes has been pretty solid as well. Probably could get those guys at low ownership. I don't even mind maybe a little bit of Fox. Buddy Hield, GPP, he's been pretty dang solid, so you could look at him, but as we know, he is a shooter, and he has screwed us over before. Sacramento, for the most part, they're terrible. They are good in the interior, but besides that, their defense is not too great. So, like an Ingram, a Zion, Ball, Eric Bledsoe. So I really don't mind that game. It's a 233. All right, Houston and OKC. Like I said, I'm trying to show DVPs pretty quickly here. Houston's defense is actually pretty good since Harden leaves, because as we know, Harden really doesn't play defense. Let's see if I can find them. So yeah, Houston's defense is pretty good, man. They're literally the best team against power forwards, one of the best against small forwards. So overall, shooting guard, they struggle, 144 out of 150. So the only one guy I would look at is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't mind him, and I don't think a ton of people are going to have him on this slate. So he's the only viable guy. He can easily get you 45 to 50 at low ownership. So that's the one that I am looking at over there. Maybe Al Horford in a GPP, but he just doesn't play enough minutes for me, so I'm not too into him. Oklahoma City, their defense, not too great. So Christian Wood comes into play. I think he's really the only one I really have exposure to in this game. And maybe Wall, but I think Christian Wood is fine. And it's at 224, so it's definitely an uptick spot here for OKC. Phoenix, Dallas. Phoenix really good against the defense, but they do struggle in one spot. And I think this could be like a make or break spot right here. So Phoenix struggles badly against centers. If you go look at that last game, Willie Cauley-Stein was the starting center without Porzingis. All right. Look how Willie Cauley-Stein did against Phoenix. 38.8 against Phoenix. So that's where they struggle. And I looked it up, and with everybody back, Finney Smith and Josh Richardson, Porzingis is the starting center. So I know he's been absolute crap, but GPP play, man. On paper, Porzingis is in a really good spot. He's had a couple days of rest. I wouldn't be surprised if Porzingis pops off here for about 38 to 45. So I really do like him in a GPP spot since he's starting at the center position. All right, let's go look at Dallas. I think Dallas is pretty good. I don't have a ton of exposure to Phoenix. Obviously, if my goodness, if he's out, Booker is out, then obviously you got to look at CP3. Dallas does struggle, I think, against that center position quite a bit. So they bat against centers and power forwards, and we kind of saw that with DeAndre Ayton. So kind of like Porzingis, he's been absolute trash for the most part, but faced Dallas really bad against centers, and boom, had 45 fantasy points. So those two guys I would be looking at. If Booker's back, not really too into Ayton. Memphis and San Antonio, both these teams on paper, pretty good defenses. San Antonio, the only place they struggle is against his point guard. So I do like Ja Morant. It makes sense what happened last time out. So I kind of told you guys that I didn't think any of these Memphis guys were going to have any minute restrictions, right? Well, what they did instead is they literally played their entire team, and they didn't want to get their guys, have no energy. So they only played all their starters 25 to 28 minutes. I think their minutes probably go up to about normal in this one, so I definitely could see Ja Morant playing about 32 to 33 minutes. So he is one of the guys I'm looking at, and I don't think a lot of these Memphis guys will have high ownership because a lot of people got burnt by them. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. If you do think that trend of using their bench is going to continue, DeAnthony Melton is the guy I would use off the bench. But besides that, really don't have anyone. DeRozan, he's dead to me right now. This guy's absolute trash every time I pick him, and a lot of people got burnt by him as well, so not really picking him. Detroit and Denver, on paper, both these teams are pretty good defensively. Detroit, obviously, they're good defensively, but they're not that good overall. So you can still look at Jokic. Also, I don't think we'll get word on it because it's a late game, but Gary Harris and PJ Dozier are both questionable in this one. So if those guys are out, Monte Morris definitely comes into play. Going to play about 25 to 30 minutes here, and a little bit extra usage rate. Doesn't get a ton, but $3,900. I could definitely see Monte being a half decent play. And also, the one spot that Detroit does struggle against is point guard. So maybe Jamal Murray goes off for 38 to 45 at really, really, really low ownership. It is a 220, so it's nothing too crazy. All right, so I kind of sped through that one. Like I said, I have to speed through it and also get those DVPs in there. So just wanted to show you guys the DVPs because we haven't talked about them in a while. So looking at it here, Lillard's not in a bad spot. I'm a little worried about a blowout, though, for sure. So you got De'Aaron Fox. I think this New Orleans game honestly plays really well, so I don't mind going that way. Another guy to look at here is Alonso and Lamello. Lonzo is playing pretty good. The dude's $5,700, and he's been doing pretty good, man, when he gets minutes. Even when they kind of got blown out against Houston, he still had 32 points. So I think they're going to need him here again. I don't, obviously if Rozier's out, I don't mind going, ball at the point guard position. Like I said, I like Fox over Morant. Murray's kind of my GPP play. Jamal Murray, that is. I do like Eric Bledsoe, but definitely would rather have Lonzo. And I think that is it in that area. Another guy to maybe look at is Theo Maledon, I think that's how you say it. I think George Hill's out again. You could look at this guy, $4,300 if you want to punt. Let me make sure Hill is out. Hill is out, yeah. So Theo definitely could be worth a look. Shooting guard position, we're gonna go put in Emmanuel quickly. That's not Emmanuel. My good. Yeah, it is Emmanuel. My bad. All right, $5,200. I'm gonna go put him in there. Like I said, shooting guards aren't that good. I'm looking at Buddy Hield and Victor Oladipo. If you don't want to go that way, you can double down on those two. I think they will easily get you value right there. I do like Ingram and like a Middleton combo. There's a lot of value out there today. Power forward, I could definitely go Giannis here. Let me see what else I can get for cheap value. Another guy I didn't talk about is Thaddeus Young. Not in the greatest spot, but I could definitely see him being in a half decent spot here. Nobody really else down in there. How much we got? We got 5,400. All right, let's see if I can get somebody cheap. Cheap centers that I like. Gorgie Dang got a couple minutes, but like I said, not sure how much. Another thing, maybe GPP only. If Steven Adams is out, you can look at Jackson Hayes. I feel like even if Jackson does start, I don't think he's going to play a ton of minutes. I think maybe 17 to 19 in this one. They just don't really use they don't really use Jackson Hayes too much. So maybe give him a look, but I don't have too much of him. All right, let's go look at centers as I've been trying to look at. Yeah, I mean, he's not sexy, not a sexy play, but Cody Zeller's been pretty good, and as I mentioned, they're not good against centers. So 35, 25, and 37, kind of an all-around player. So I don't mind looking at going that way. And let's just for GPP's sake, like I said, if Rozier's out, you got to go Lamello. You have to go Lamello for sure. Let's see. Just for this one, maybe go Theo. See how much money I have. You could go to Monte. Like I said, if Theo doesn't start, I'm not too big into him. That kind of sucks. I don't have enough money for kit stats. That really sucks because I really liked him. Let's see if I can change anybody around here. Okay, so we got Ingram. Is Ingram a must-have here? It's not a must-have, but I really do like both those guys. See if I can dip down anybody here. I do like Harrison at 61. He's been pretty dang solid. He had one bad one against Miami, but in a game against the Pelicans, I really do think Harrison could be in a good spot. So just for this one, let's take him out. Let's go do that. Let's go get Porzingis. Have $1,600 left over. Can we get anybody up here? You can go get you can go get like LaMelo or something like that. Like I said, Theo's not a must-have. He's just a good salary saver. Um, you know, but that's kind of what we're looking at. There's not too much value down there. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to go Cody. Like I said, you can go up to 8 or something like that. If you don't want to go Porzingis, I really don't mind Giannis. You could go Bam Adebayo. He's in a half decent spot. He's not the cheapest, unfortunately. You can go look at Wood. You can go look at Randall. I'd probably honestly have Randall over Bam if that's how much money you're kind of messing with, and then that gives you $8,100. Sorry, I'm going a little long, but I'm trying to give you guys some different things you can do. You can go get Ja Morant, something like that, if you want to. So, but like I said, Porzingis, he has been absolute crap, so keep that in mind. I'm not going to have a ton of exposure to him, but I think if you're doing a GPP, I think he could be worth a look for sure. Since power forwards for the most part aren't that great. Yeah, you can look at Tillman, you can look at Thaddeus as well, a couple of those guys. So that's what we got going on. A little bit longer video, but hopefully you guys don't mind it. Trying to do a couple different scenarios for you guys. So, yeah, as normal, if you guys do go on to like the video, leave a like. I appreciate that quite a bit. And like I said, if you guys want to see our record, we will be updating it every single day. So it kind of shows you right here. And like I said, it was a good one for us last night. So if you guys want to get in, we'd love to have you for sure. All you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter. That will be down there in the comment section below. Click that, message us, and we will get you guys all set up. So, yeah, why not come join us? Definitely would love to have you. So, all right, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, you guys all have a pretty good day, win some money, and we'll see you guys a little bit later on.